Hey, I'm back doing another movie review for this month of October. Continuing on with the series. Well, can't talk. Horror movies, not series. Horrors is that's not even a word. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on with some more movie reviews here. I got today. I'm gonna be reviewing An American Werewolf in London. Now I don't have this movie on DVD. I only have it on VHS. It's just another one of those ones that I got to pick up that it's kind of hard to find. Um, so yeah, this is one of my favorite classic horror movies, man. Like this movie's great. I watched it when I was a little kid, first time. I don't remember how old I was, but I was pretty young. Um, my parents got me started on horror movies early, which is probably why I love them so much. So, An American Werewolf in London was made in 1981. It stars David Kessler as David. You got Griffin Dune as Jack, which is David's friend. And you got, who else you got in here? Can't remember all the characters. Those are pretty much the two main ones. And then you got the girl, Lila Kay, and her name's Bernadette. Bernadette, I believe. Yeah, and John Landis directed this movie. Won one Oscar. Um, yeah, I mean, I love this movie, man. American Werewolf in London is a classic. I mean, if you haven't seen this movie, dude, and you're into like horror, like werewolf, just horror movies in general, I mean, you got to check this out. It starts off where these two friends are like they're backpacking through like England, and they're from America. They're backpacking through Europe or whatever, and they come up on this town or whatever, and it's raining out and shit. And these people are kind of weird, and they walk into this bar, and I can't remember the name of the bar, but it's funny. The Slaughtered Lamb, I think, is what it's called. And they walk into this bar, and they're just trying to get some food and like maybe some coffee or whatever, and warm up a little bit because it's freezing outside. And these people aren't very nice to them, and they just walk out because they're not gonna get they're not gonna get served or anything. These people are kind of against outsiders, and later we find out why. So they leave, and they go back out, and they hear a werewolf, which they don't know that it's a werewolf, but they hear something howling, and they're walking, and then they start running, and the one friend gets attacked by this werewolf, and then the people that were in the bar or whatever come out and shoot the thing, and you find out that it's a werewolf. But in the all that happening, the one friend dies, Jack, I believe, and then David ends up getting bit by the werewolf, and and of course, because he's got bit, he's going to turn into a werewolf. So what's great about this movie though is that like, so David goes to the hospital. The police are there investigating this whole thing. You got a love thing going on between him and the nurse, between David and the nurse, Bernadette. You got and you got his dead friend coming back, Jack. Keeps coming back to him. And he's dead. He's coming back to him as a ghost. And he's warning him that you're going to turn into a werewolf, man. And he keeps coming back periodically through the movie. And he's dead, mind you. But every time he comes back, he like looks worse than what he did the last time. And then come to find out that everybody that he kills as a werewolf is like in some kind of purgatory and can't move on anywhere because of the werewolf killed him, and that's just the curse or whatever that the werewolf puts on these people that when he kills them. And so you got these dead people, and eventually, later on in the movie, he sees his dead friend, and he runs into this movie theater, and it's a fucking porn movie going on in this movie in this movie theater, and all these people that he's killed up to that point are all sitting in the movie theater watching this stag movie with David and his friend, and it's just a great movie, man. The effects in this movie are great. I mean, especially for the time, 1981. You know, they hold up pretty well. Trying to find out who did the special effects for this movie, because I can't remember offhand. Let's see. Try to look it up real quick and see. Special effects. Bam. IMDb is like an awesome tool, man. If you don't know nothing about if you don't know anything about movies, it's a good site to go to if you're not aware of it already. Most people are. Yeah, I don't see on here. It just has some uncredited people on here. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, so you got these students and that are backpacking through the woods. They get bit. One of them gets bit by a vampire. The other one gets killed. His friend keeps coming back. You got the one that's fallen in love with this nurse. This nurse is falling in love with him. Well, he kind of moves in with her, and he keeps turning into this werewolf. And you got these great scenes where he's like, and the first time that he transforms into the werewolf, man, it's a good sequence. It's pretty good stuff. Like I said, the special effects in this movie, especially for the time, were just fucking awesome. I think the werewolf looks pretty good, actually. Pretty creepy. Yeah, it's good stuff. They give it a 7.6 on IMDb, which is, I guess, fair. It's an older movie, and it's probably, I haven't seen it in a while. It's probably not holding up too good in some parts, but if you've never seen it, I would definitely check it out. And you got John Landis. I know he's done other movies, and I've said this before in some of my other reviews. I'm just not up on what directors have done previously, and all that. I'm just not huge on that. I've been looking up on stuff, but yeah, I'm just not a huge guy that follows directors and sees what they've done. I just know what they've done when I've seen it, and all that. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this movie. For the time when it came out, it people were blown away. Yeah, it's just a good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, he done. Let's see here. He done National Lampoon's Animal House. John Landis. He directed the Blues Brothers, Trading Places, Coming to America. So it sounded like up to this point he'd done a lot of comedies, which this is a comedy horror movie. It's not a straight horror movie. There are a lot of comedic aspects in this because, like I said, when his friend keeps coming back to him dead, it's funny. Like, he's cracking jokes, and it's creepy, but it's not supposed to be straight horror. It is a horror comedy movie. That's what makes it so great, in my opinion, because it takes itself seriously, but it doesn't almost. It takes itself seriously, but it's making fun of itself at the same time, which is if you can do that right and find the right balance, that's where magic's made, man. In my opinion, that's where the magic's made. That's where some of the best movies come from, when you can take two different elements and combine them into one and just make them blend together seamlessly. That's where you get the good movies, man. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it was written by John Landis too. So I thought maybe it was a book at one point. I thought maybe it was a book, but I guess not. Um, but yeah. So I know they made a sequel to this movie. I know they did like an American Werewolf in Paris, and I didn't like that movie. It was okay, but I didn't really care for it. It was pretty cheesy. It was a girl that was the werewolf in that one, and yeah, I didn't really care for it too much. And it's been years since I've seen it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and they're out in the moors when they get attacked by that's what it is. Well, apparently in Europe they got moors out there, which is swampy grassland. I don't know what the hell a moor is, to be honest with you, but obviously where they were, I guess. Um, yeah, and then you got the werewolf running around at the end of the movie, and he ends up getting shot and killed. Um, you know, you got this nurse chasing after David because she realizes that he's, the werewolf, and but yeah, you got the werewolf, and he changes into a werewolf while he's in the stag film in this fucking movie house, and it's a great scene, man. He like goes through the door, there's police there and shit, and they're all like, everybody's freaking out. The werewolf's going around, running around the streets of London, and he's fucking just taking chunks out of people and shit. I mean, it's great. I mean, I just think it's a awesome movie. So, anyway, never seen this movie before. Check it out, man. It's good. It's definitely worth checking out. And that's probably going to be it for reviews for the day. I got a couple more other ones that I want to do. Some classics and stuff. Maybe you guys have seen them. Maybe you haven't. But yeah, so that'll be all I got to say about American Werewolf in London. I'll check you back for more reviews. Thanks.